Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I need 1 or 2 more days before my watercolor ink is done, or my botanical ink. We are making some pigments, and they are still drying in the coffee filters. So we haven't had so much sun here in Sweden. It's really cold and rainy, so it hasn't been drying as fast as I thought on my porch. So let's do something else. I got the question if I could show some of the eco-dyed things I have been working on the last few weeks. So let's do a little, just a quick show and tell. So this is just a piece of textile that I have laying down first in my pan so that it won't burn the papers. So you can see it has a bit of burn marks, but it still have nice prints and I can use it for something. I still love the colors, so that's nice. This is the one with a bit of rusty stuff in it, and leaves and blue flowers. Just a piece of rusty strip that I threw in. This is another piece that was laying in the bottom of the pan, and I put in some plants and we got some colors in brown and blue, so that's nice. More neutral one, but we still have nice patterns from the flowers. More rusty bits. And this is often these pieces that I put on the top and the bottom when I do my papers, so they won't burn. So they are not planned this way. This is just how they came out. So it's kind of a bonus when I do the papers, and they still very usable. This is also one of the textile pieces that's what's protecting the paper from being burned. And here you can really see that it has been burned. A bit hot, but these pieces in pink and green and brown was beautiful, so I saved it. We can probably do some fun with this and do some sewing maybe. Rust. One of my pan has gotten very rusty, so when I use it now, everything gets rusty, so I think I need to throw it away. Some lupine flowers and leaves on this one. This is also one of the textiles that was protecting the rest of the papers. So it's mostly beige and blue. A top piece when I did a blue bath. And this is some old linen that I also had on top in my pan. Nice blue colors. And this was also a top piece, but here you can really see the leaves, the flowers. So that was a nice one. And these pieces are, they are so light green. This is just from indigo powder. I bought some natural indigo powder, and that's actually green from start, so it does not have this blue color that you think of when you hear indigo. It's actually quite green, so you need to do a process to get it to give the blue color. But these ones was when I did the pigments, and I just threw in some textile and they got some green color. Some cheesecloth, also with the indigo green powder, and this is just coffee. And some strips that I just threw in when I did some other eco-dyeing. I like the colors, blue and brown and beige. These are also the indigo textiles. They still have this kind of feeling that it lives. It's a living color. It's a process to get it blue, so I'm working on that. This was just a tracing paper that I threw in, and we have some patterns, and but this isn't taking on the color as usual paper, so it kind of nice anyway that it actually got patterns and marks on it. So my neutral ones, and I put them on in a stack so they get patterned mostly on two sides. When they are really thin, I put them in 2 by 2. So then I just get colored paper on one and eco-dyed on the other. This was one of the first that I did, so it was really juicy new leaves, and they turned out really yellow. But I think I'm going to use this and put on some watercolor and tone that yellowish down, so that way I can use it anyway. More of the brown neutrals. Really not nice patterns. More of the greenish ones in the beginning, and some I think this is lupins. These are definitely lupins in brown, and so this is coffee and some brush or powder. This is rust, and these are actually the blue flowers that I used that gave this color. And this was a nice surprise from one of the leaves. Another neutral one, and this is a lot of lilacs and just some green leaves. Lilacs and some blue color. You can really see the lilac pattern here. And more neutral. A lot of coffee in this. Beautiful loopy leaf that turned out white. And here you can see beautiful. This is the lilac and some other fun leaves. And these you can really feel every pattern. And you can see the lilacs gives a bit of lilac color. More of these fun green leaves. And of course I don't know what it is. I just threw something in. And as always we give, when we put something in, we will be given some surprises. More of the lilacs. In the beginning of the season it always gives a lot of yellow, so I try to put in some blue colors to tone it down. Sometimes I got it, but sometimes it looks like this. And those of you that know me know that yellow isn't really my thing. But we will use it anyway for something else, or maybe coffee dye them to tone it down. So nothing is thrown away. We can always paint over it with watercolors. And a few more. These are thicker paper, so these are 120 grams. So there are more for covers, journaling covers. Love this one with all the white leaves and some lilacs. This one too with all the lilacs and one white leaf in the middle. So it was some leaves that didn't give anything. More yellowish tone. Fresh leaves, really yellowish. And then these are the paper that I did with the water that was left over from making the pigment. So these are from yesterday. I will show you how I did them in a little recording. And these are flowers I just threw on them when I have spritzed them with the leftover water from making the pigments. And you can see they have a nice almost purple tone. Pinkish purple. And the flowers got stuck on some of them, but I don't think that matters. Some of them can probably be taken off. But I thought that was fun. Here you can see the flowers was probably a bit wet. Not dried yet. I have some leftovers from putting the other one in the jar, so these was laying on my porch and I just threw them on. And we got pattern and colors. So this was fun. And then I did some eco-dyeing on old book pages. So these are really nice. You can't see the pattern as clear, but still is really fun and a bit different. These was thinner and a bit slippier, so they didn't take on the color as well as these really old ones. Here you can see a really clear pattern. And I love this one. It's a, oh my, I forgot it. It will come to me later. So that was a little part of what I have colored and eco-dyed for my journals. So I will just put this away a little while and show you my plan. I did this journal last summer in a free course with Francesca Núñez, and she have this course this year too. And these flowers are from a pillowcase that I bought for $1 on Dollar Store, and I actually got some more this year. And this is just pillowcases, and they have this nice patterns with different flowers. Almost look like watercolor. So I thought that we maybe could use some of these and make a spine or a cover and make a kind of flower journal maybe. This was called the Flower Festival, if I remember it right. So everything was about making a journal with flowers. Flower patterns, dried flowers, flowers from botanical books, and then of course use it as a journal. So I did a pocket with different patterns and some embroidery, some eco-dyeing of course, and then I just put in random papers, some watercolor paper, and I did a hydrangea that I painted with watercolor. So I took that and painted a butterfly on an old book page. And put in random papers. And as you can see, I haven't used it yet. So maybe I can use it this year and use the one we do this year, next year. I want to do it even more like a, what should we call it, junk journal. These have flips with different papers to write on, and this was a pocket. Some old music paper, more watercolor handmade paper, tracing paper, printables, just some painted paper. Just realized this was upside down. Who cares? some botanical pages. And these are the same that I have in my Etsy store. These are old books with different botanical prints of flowers and grass and mosses. Ruby and pearl printable. Some embossed paper. Watercolor painted. So you can see it's a mix of all kind of different papers. And my plan was to fill it in with texts and dried flowers, maybe some sticks and embroidery. This is textile that I have watercolor painted on. Done some easy painted roses. A ledger flip. And this is original old embroidery book. So I just flip that in and put a piece of textile on it so it will hold, because it was a bit old and fragile. And another pocket in the back with some embroidery and watercolored painted samples, different colors. And an eco print on the inside of the book page. So what do you think? Should we do a flower journal? Something like this and play in this summer? I think so. Really got inspired now. And I want to have all these different sizes of paper and different kind of paper, and probably will paint some more papers with a bit more of bright colors. I suddenly is into bright colors. I did the neutral ones and I had a hard time to kind of keep it neutral, because my mind is set on summer colors and all these beautiful blooming flowers, and yes, you know, it's a bit in your spine. You can feel this summer feeling, almost as when you were a kid and it was time for summer break. Okay, so should we just see if we can at least get the cover going and choose what piece of textile we want for the spine? I'm always going for blue, but I'm not sure. This piece is nice with blue and, am I in frame now? Yes, with blue and brown. I like that. And then we have this one. It also have blues and grays. This green one is also really cute. And on the other one it was a lot of yellow, I think, but I like this green too. I am blue. And maybe that pink one. I think we just have to cut it and see what we can get out of it. So I think I'm just going to do like this. Wild and crazy. And see what we can get. Oops, sorry. I knocked you over. Almost. It was sewn on this side, so wild and crazy. Lot of nice pieces on these ones. We can of course use it in the journal. And do more things with it. Red goes off, and also the yellow goes away, but I think I can use maybe this part. That's nice. And this one, if we can just take away the yellow. Sorry for all that loves yellow and red. Can't do it, sorry. I leave this as a long piece. So what more do we have? We have this one. Pinkish. These are $1. It's amazing. You can use them in so many ways. I got so much color from them. See? So many pieces that we can have fun with. Maybe take this edge off too, so we can kind of take it apart. and it's cotton, so it's easy to work with. I haven't washed these yet, so I'm going to do that before we use them, when we have decided what to use and what not to use. See all these beautiful colors. And then off with the red and yellow. Okay, I think we have enough now. So we can save these pieces for some other project. So then we need to decide what we should use for the spine. Really like this one with the gray and the blue, of course. And these pieces was too small for that, so it's this one, or don't want the pink. One of these. Save that for something inside. That one was also nice. Not that one and not the pinkish one. So it stands between these three. And I want some more color, so it will be this one, I think. That will do the same as this one. But we have a lot of nice colors to use, so I will wash these until tomorrow so we can start putting it together. So are you excited? I am, and I'm looking forward to using some flowers and do a really creative flower journal. Or maybe we should call it nature, because I'm sure I want to put in some sticks and maybe some bark and something like that. Some paintings from the woods, maybe. Maybe even some stones or some cones. Okay, I think that's it for today. I need to wash these before we sew it onto any cover, and we will also look at the pigments that are drying tomorrow. So thank you so much for keeping me company, and I would appreciate if you share, give me a thumbs up, or subscribe. That's always fun. Thank you all old and all new subscribers. I am grateful and I love each and every one of you. So let's get creative and do a journal. So go pick out your stuff and create with me tomorrow. You need a couple of stiff papers or cardboard so we can do the cover. Or if you have an old some old book covers, they don't need to be old, but some book that you can cut up, then you can reuse some of those pieces. That works too. We are going to decorate it, so it doesn't matter. You can take a cereal box or something like that too, just so it's a bit more sturdy than original paper. Okay, see you back tomorrow, and we can continue our summer journal filled with flowers and nature. Until next time, bye bye from Sweden.